Have you ever wondered why a runner can feel amazing through 18 miles of a marathon and all of a sudden they look like they're running through quicksand? It's called hitting the wall, but despite what runners think, it has nothing to do with mental toughness. In fact, if you've ever bonked during a race, your body's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Today I'm going to explain why it happens and how much fuel your body actually needs in a marathon, and why more athletes are moving towards real carbohydrates instead of the alternative like energy gels. Let's think of your body like a car. Before race day, you fill the tank by carb loading your body. That stored carbohydrate is called glycogen, and it's mainly stored in your muscles and your liver. The problem is that the tank's not very big. Even if you carb load perfectly, most runners only have stored glycogen for 90 to 120 minutes of hard running. So even if you're racing 3, 4, or 5 hours, you're eventually gonna run through that stored fuel. So once that happens, your body literally has to rely on fat as energy. Now that fat's incredible for a fuel source, but it's extremely slow. It simply can't produce enough energy for you to keep that marathon pace. That's when everything changes. Your legs get heavy, your brain gets foggy, your pace slows down. Even if you want to keep pushing, your body's saying it's time to slow down, we're running out of fuel. That's the marathon wall. Here's a mistake that a lot of runners make. They wait until they feel tired before they eat. But by the time you're hungry and that energy crashes, you're gonna be way behind. Instead, you want to stay ahead of the deficit. So current sports nutrition and studies are now showing that if runners are doing an event over 2 to 2.5 hours, most runners should aim from anywhere from 60 to 90 grams of carbohydrates every hour. If you're running a 4-hour marathon, that's 240 to 300 grams of carbohydrates you're going to need throughout that race. That sounds like a lot, but remember, you're burning through a lot of fuel during that race. The goal isn't to refill glycogen stores. That's impossible during the race. The goal is to keep the blood sugar steady and delay the point where everything's going to fall apart. And that's why experienced marathoners don't wait. They start fueling 20-30 minutes before the race and every 20-30 minutes during the race. Small amounts and consistently. Now let's talk about the type of carbohydrates. Not all fueling products are exactly the same. So traditional gels have simple sugars which absolutely work, but over a course of several hours in a race, some athletes can't tolerate that. That's why runners and athletes are looking for real food options. Now let's talk about sweet potatoes. They're very interesting. They're a complex carb that gives you naturally occurring sugars. Not only are sweet potatoes a great source of carbohydrates with that complex starch and natural occurring sugar, they also have a dense amount of micronutrients, such as potassium, vitamin C, B6, and beta-carotene. Now let's be clear, the carbohydrate is still doing the heavy lifting during the marathon. So if you can get those carbohydrates from a real food option, your stomach's gonna tolerate that and the race is gonna go much better. And that's exactly the idea behind Xendurance Globs. Instead of traditional gels, Xendurance designed globs from organic sweet potato base in a gummy form. That's easy to carry, you can eat while you're running, and it's providing stable, steady energy without any stimulants or caffeine. But the most important thing is don't make race day your first test. Practice this fueling during your long runs. Start anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks before your marathon or your race. Figure out how many servings that you need to be able to hit that hourly target of carbohydrates. Take them every 20 to 30 minutes. Drink water alongside them, and practice that routine over and over until it becomes automatic. Because nutrition is not something that you want to improvise at mile 20. At the end of the day, a marathon is not just a test for fitness. It's a test of energy management and fueling. Your training gets you to the starting line, and your strategy of fueling gets you to the finish line. Whether you choose gels, or chews, or globs, or real food options, the goal is going to be the same. Start fueling early, stay consistent, practice your plan before race day. And if you do that, this is going to give you the best chance to finish as strong as you started. Let us know in the comments below what your go-to marathon fuel is. And if you have any questions, we'll cover that in future videos.